it's time to get it lit, we got it hot like fever.
Sick with the talk, passing your receiver.
All about running the spot.
And you know we got breath control, so no need to take a breather.
Cardio kingpin.
Subjugate the dub play.
And you know we can't wait to bring spins.
A-star quizzes, A+ the final.
Vocals we align, we'll move it all
simultaneously over joints we rock.
We earn
30 years, so you can say we got
3 turns.
Live off the board, unlike you and your chess men.
We install doubt in you and your yes men.
And if the game has veins, we'll insert
upheaval the ground.
Cause the adrenaline we blend with the sound is our thing. We're leaving the kings of all crowns. So are you ready? Are you set? Then jump to the rhythm as hard as you can go.
Keep it steady, to the letter, right? Turn it up, y'all keep the flow.
But can you rock it like rocket fuel?
What you talking about? Space out your mind.
But can you rock it like rockets,
That's
fool?
a close encounter of what kind?
Then jump to the rhythm as hard as you can go.
Turn it up, y'all keep the flow.
Coach, as you know, being over in Orlando, still a bit warm here in Florida, but really all things considered, a wonderful fall afternoon for football here in Tampa at Raymond James Stadium. Nothing like the fanfare of introductions to an NFL game, and that was in evidence a moment ago. Fireworks, pyrotechnics, you name it. This crowd is ready as their guys get set to match up between the Detroit Lions and the Tampa Bay Buccaneers. And this will not be returnable. It's out of the back of the end zone for a touchback.
Ready? Flag! What is that? Don't let him breathe! Don't let him breathe! Play outside deep! Don't let him breathe, defense!
They'll run for the first time with Tevin Coleman. And not much to speak of. Call it a 1-yard gain up to the 26.
Well, we saw him there trying to get it to the outside, trying to get to the perimeter, but not a whole lot of room there. But there's got to be one positive to that. If you keep moving laterally, creases tend to develop as the game moves on, and they can run it back inside later.
The last play got just a yard. Here's 2nd and 9 from the 26. On second down, it's Coleman. And he is met in his tracks behind the line of scrimmage. It's a loss of 4. Now 3rd down. It's probably a pretty good sign here on the opening drive if your guys from the secondary are coming up and spilling things in the backfield.
How about the adrenaline and aggressiveness that led his eyes to the backfield to run up there and make that tackle, setting a tone early for his defense.
3 and out, a real danger here on their opening drive as they come up on a 3rd and 12.
Right here, guys. Fight 51. Mike 51.
Working out of the gun, Winston. Open man has got it. It's complete. And they'll get it all the way up about 5 yards shy of midfield. A good pickup there, a 22. They'll run with Coleman on 1st down. And he is swallowed up right at the line of scrimmage. The tackle made there by Jared Davis.
A quick observation, Brandon, because early on in this game, I'm seeing linebackers playing with their noses close to the line of scrimmage.
And my guess is the wheels are turning on that other sideline. As a play caller, you're filing that away right now, aren't you?
Yeah, you're trying to find that opportunity later on when you can play action them or stick something to them between the 2nd and the 3rd level.
6 yards on the pickup, and that'll lead here to a 3rd down.
It's interesting because when I'm watching college football and I'm evaluating guys for the draft now, my list of fullbacks, pure fullbacks, it's a very short list. I'm probably evaluating more punters and kickers now than I am fullbacks, but it doesn't matter what you call a position, it's who you put there, and there we saw completion.
3rd and short yardage, Winston. And that is incomplete.
Not only was the call spot on, how about the execution of that defense right there? The zone was absolutely locked up tight. He was trying to force it in there on third down.
But if there's a time to force it, he felt like he needed to make a play, right?
Yeah, exactly right. Third down, you got to try and find something. There's nothing available there for him.
Yeah, that is much too long. That's into the end zone for a touchback.
Set. 18 Gators.
They'll run for the first time with Johnson. And he's going to get 7 out of this before being taken down at the 27. The success there, Charles, coming on the outside of the field, the ground game. Curious to see if that continues as we progress.
Yeah, we often talk about a variety in play calling and usually between run and pass. But in this case, with strictly the run game, you can be creative there as well. Run it inside, run it outside, keep the defense off balance.
The throw over the middle taken in. 9 yards to pick up there, and it's a first down. So from the 36 now, 1st and 10. Now Simeon. Screen play, Johnson. And he will lose yardage here to the 31-yard line. It's a loss of 5 there, bringing up 2nd.
They've got good playmakers on the offensive side of the ball. I don't know what happened last week to really hurt their performance and hold down their production, but I would dare say that this week in practice, there's a lot of talk about how they're going to increase their proficiency.
And that was a good start, getting the playmakers involved. You mentioned that to me pregame. That's what they did there.
Yeah, I think a lot of people think the coaching staff really gets on them, and that's how they motivate them. Most of these guys are self-motivated. They have a lot of pride in their performance.
The Bucs with an extra defender now in the secondary here on 3rd down. Again, Simeon. It's caught. Jones. 11 yards there and a Lion first down. I don't think it's a surprise they're throwing the football early. We expected that. They told us they were going to come out firing, but 4 for 4 on the opening drive. They like that.
They don't just like it. They love it because now everyone gets locked in. Your confidence jumps up. Everyone's easy about what they're doing out there. And by the way, they're looking at the sidelines thinking to themselves and expressing, let's keep throwing it. We're doing pretty well.
And that'll be good for 8 yards to the 45. A good pickup there. 8 yards on the first down completion. To throw again on 2nd down. Simeon. And they're going to get him. He's taken down for a sack back at the 47-yard line. And, Charles, part of the reason they lost last week, they didn't have a single sack. Well, they changed that quickly.
But did they ever? And it was something they talked about with us extensively. They needed to get pressure. How were they going to get to the quarterback? Obviously, they schemed themselves into a great play, didn't they?
And this should be the final play before the quarter ends. Throwing on 3rd down, Simeon. This is Johnson. He's got it. And they'll get him down as he's inside the 40. Ready for the 2nd quarter, and it's our visitors with the football. As they've got it with a 1st and 10. Simeon will bring him up 1st and 10. And he's a perfect 6 for 6 here to start the ball game. Now a man open down the middle of the field. And they're able to get this one past the 30 down to the 25. 15 more there, and they're on a roll. It's another first down. Simeon will bring him up 1st and 10. And he's up to 7 for 7 now on this drive alone. Now Simeon. Out to the left there and complete to the tight end, Hawkinson. No gain there on the completion. 2nd and 10.
Well, that was a simple throw and catch, but even with that completion, 0 yards gained. So they're behind schedule on down and distance.
I think they were hoping to get it to him. He could make a man or two miss, but that window closed quickly. Had the completed pass, but for no gain, stopped right at the line, so it's 2nd and 10. Running from the gun, Johnson. Trying to find a lane, but instead he'll get back to the line of scrimmage, and no more. No gain on that one as it brings up a 3rd and 10. And the box with an extra defender in the secondary now on third down.
You ain't going nowhere. 45 the mark. Let's go. Let's get this ball back for the offense. Let's go.
Out of the gun, Simeon. And Jones has it over the middle. And he'll get into the end zone. Touchdown, Detroit. Marvin Jones, his third touchdown now on the year. And they are able to strike first here on their opening drive. Extra point was hooking, but he does make it through. And that makes the score 7-0. After the touchdown, out is Prater to kick. This is taken at the 3. And he'll take this across the 25. A couple extra yards up to the 27-yard line. The Tampa offense ready to get their drive started. They'll be looking to match that touchdown from a moment ago. 7-0 is the score as they begin with a first down. On 1st and 10, Winston. The throw to the left side, caught by Coleman. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. They may want to go back to that one. First play of the drive, good for 15 and a first down. One play has him up past the 40 already, and another 1st and 10. Coleman. And 3 yards there, takes him to the 45.
They tried a quick hitter inside, but that one was swallowed up because what they're hoping, those big defensive linemen will take the bait and move laterally and open up a crease that they can run through. Didn't happen on that play.
The last run got 3. Now here's 2nd and 7.
51, Mike. Mike 51. It's our time. It's our time, guys. It's our time.
Here's Coleman. They had 3 yards on first down, just 1 yard there.
Well, he hasn't made much of an impact in the running game thus far, and after that last run, not much is going to change in that area.
He hasn't been able to get anything going, and really the offensive line not helping him much.
Ready. Back 25 behind. He's coming. Watch QB draw. Easy. Come on, boy. Come on, boy. You better be ready. Don't be scared of it. Check it out.
On 3rd down, Winston. He rifles one that's intercepted. Picked off at the 48, and they'll set up shop right near midfield at the 49-yard line. That's now his 2nd interception in as many weeks from his linebacker position.
And think about all the different techniques he has to employ in a passing situation. Is he spot dropping because it's zone? Is he picking up man-to-man? Is he having to run with a running back or a tight end? In any event, great eyes, head on a swivel, and excellent hands.
Yeah, versatility and showing those hands. The last run got a couple. Here's 2nd and 8. 2 minutes on the clock, 2nd quarter, 7-0 ball game. We remind you that coming up at halftime, we'll send you cross-state to Orlando, where Jonathan Coachman will have all the stats and all the scores from games going on during another busy Sunday in the National Football League. It's a gain of 6, moves them to a manageable 3rd and 2 situation.
Despite the blitz, they're still able to pick up a nice solid gain. The disadvantage of blitzing often alters the normal spacing and run fits and leaves creases like they were able to exploit right there.
The Lions on 3rd down. A perfect 3 for 3 as they look to keep that streak going. Here it's 3rd and 2.
Hey, check 24. Check 24.
They'll try and run for it. Here's Johnson. He's got a first down and more inside the 30. And he'll get into the end zone. Touchdown, Detroit. Kerryon Johnson, his second touchdown on the season. And the Lions are able to extend their lead. Well, they were just hoping that run would pick up the first. They got the whole enchilada.
And I'm so used to teams on third down, doesn't matter how far they need for a first down, throwing the ball. Instead, they run it, and as you said, picked up the first down, and then some, and then some. In fact, everything, all the way for a touchdown. Terrific play.
This is taken at his 4. And he'll take it past the 25 and up to the 28-yard line.
The Bucs take over first and 10 at their own 28-yard line.
The Bucs offense set to begin their next possession. Already down 2 touchdowns here in the first half. This becomes a pretty important drive, doesn't it?
It certainly does, and a lot of teams script plays. We know that, right? They have a script to start the ball game, and typically those scripts go between 12 and 24, 25 plays. Down 2 touchdowns early, probably not very deep into their script. I think that they'll stay with it. I don't think they'll abandon it just yet and try and generate some offense on this drive.
Anything. At least 3 points, get that 0 off the board. So now they'll come up on 2nd and 10, once again from the 28.
Check 3.
Well, this may be a free play for Winston. Now right to Bourne. And he'll be taken down, but not before they work it across midfield. They knew they had the free play after the penalty. They get great yardage, so they can decline that penalty.
And one of the things we've seen develop more and more in recent years are teams seeing that penalty occur and still taking the big shot downfield and hoping to gain the yardage as we just saw there. They practice it, they work on it, and this time they're successful.
Now that'll be tipped and intercepted. Picked off by Will Harris. And they have the football and will take over at the 24-yard line.
So that's back-to-back drives where they've thrown an interception. Ordinarily, we look at the offense and say, what's going on with your scheme? Maybe we should look at the defense and just give them a whole lot of credit. They've got them frustrated right now.
The offense back out there at the line, ready for their next drive. You've got under a minute to go here until halftime. You've got the good-sized lead. No need to do anything crazy.
No, there really is no need to do anything crazy. The smart play, go ahead and take your lead into the locker room and then try and add to it in the second half. But there's a part of me that looks at this and says, first half going my way, I have a little bit of a cushion. Let's go ahead and try and extend things. If you've got some good plays drawn up, you might want to think about them right here.
On first down, Simeon. He's going to fire one deep over the middle. And that is incomplete. Took a shot there on first down, but he couldn't reel it in.
That's very well timed there defensively because it's not a bad throw, but the collision came at the exact time he was reaching to bring in the football. Really, really well done.
Decent offense, just better defense. I think you're right. Simeon incomplete on first. Here's 2nd and 10 now.
Get it.
To throw is Simeon. And that is incomplete. He couldn't hold on through the contact. Brings up 2nd down.
That would have been a great catch, but it's real difficult to hold on to it because it was contested all the way. Would have been a great play if he'd been able to haul that one in.
The Lions on 3rd down. A perfect 4 for 4 thus far. This is 3rd and 10.
Mike 5-4, Mike 5-4, Mike 5-4.
Hey, Wahoo!
They're running it. 54 is Mike, 54 is Mike. Check, watch
55.
To the air again, Simeon. And that is incomplete. You can tell they were hoping for a flag there offensively. Several on the sideline motioning, hey, why not a penalty? Why not a penalty? What did you see?
Yeah, I think you've got to let them play, and the officials are instructed. If there's contact coming from both sides, no flag. Let them fight it out.
And forces 4th down. He punted 3 times in the loss last week as he sends this one away. Now Cobb to return. It'll be a net of only 30 here. 40-yard punt, 10 on the return. And the Bucs will get ready to go on offense. The offense now at the line, ready for their next drive. Well, look at the clock here. You're inside of a minute. First half hasn't gone that well for you. How are you going to play this drive?
Well, I've been told by my coaches previously that the intelligent approach, go ahead and run out the clock and start over. Don't make any more mistakes. But there's also something to understanding that you get this last drive here. You get the ball to start the second half. Try and go 2 for 1 here. Get some points now and come out of the locker room and get more points again and get your momentum really built up.
Alert 3, alert 3, alert 3.
Green, triple team.
Go, Mike 51, Mike 51.
Go.
Hey, let's go, let's calm the crowd.
Let's go.
51 to Mike, boys, 51.
Let's go.
On second down, Winston again. And under the Lions' pressure, he's brought down. The Lions will use the first of their timeouts as it comes with 22 seconds to go here in half number 1. Winston needing a big play after the sack as he leads the Bucs up on 3rd and long.
51 to Mike.
Hey, easy. Hey, Mike 51, Mike 51.
Ready?
5 on the 50. 5 on the 50. 5 on the 50.
51. Coming to you.
From the shotgun, it's Winston. He's got Evans. And they're going to get this beyond the 40 before he's taken down. Now the Bucs going to use the first of their timeouts as they'll stop it with 17 seconds to go in this first half of action. Winston now 5 out of 10, 50% throwing it. Not so hot, but he does have a first down.
Green, triple team.
Right here, guys. Mike 51, Mike 51.
Easy. Hey.
Mike 51, Mike 51. I'm coming for you.
From the gun, Winston. And lucky to get away with one there. That one nearly picked. Second down.
It leads to 2nd and 10.
Ball on the 42 as they come up 2nd and 10.
Championships, baby. Easy.
40, Mike 40. Gotta do better. Come on, QB, come on.
Let him go.
Winston now. Over the middle, he finds Godwin complete. And it's going to be another first down as they'll get him to the ground at the Lions' 29-yard line. This offense finding its legs now. Here's another 1st and 10.
Hey, let's go. Calm the crowd. Hey, I'm coming after you.
Let's go.
Jameis again. That is caught right at the 10-yard line. And down he goes, taking it inside the 10, just shy of the 5 at the 6. So we come upon halftime with our score 14-0. As we send you a stone's throw away across I-4 to Orlando. There standing by is Jonathan Coachman, ready with our EA Sports Halftime Report. Coach, this one fielded at the 5. And nice work on the return as they'll start their drive just past the 30-yard line.
At their own 31-yard line.
The Lions offense ready to kick off their next drive. They built a good first half lead. Now they have a chance to add on to it.
And what I'm thinking is that the offensive staff spent the entire halftime just working with them on, here's what we think they're going to do to attack us in the second half. Nice first half that we've had, guys, but be prepared for some change-ups. We're going to see them when we kick it off in the second half.
See how they handle any adjustments that might be made defensively. They stay on the ground on first with Johnson. Just a yard on the first down carry, so it's 2nd and 9.
They tried a quick hitter inside, but that one was swallowed up because what they're hoping, those big defensive linemen will take the bait and move laterally and open up a crease that they can run through. Didn't happen on that play.
The run only got a yard. Here's 2nd and 9.
I'm coming after you. I'm coming after you.
Ready?
Out of the pistol, here's Johnson. And able to push forward for right around 3 yards down to the 42.
Third quarter and you've got the lead. You're not ready to go into that 4-minute offense to close the game out, but a running game can really benefit your team right now.
And now on 3rd down, they'll need to get it to the 36 to pick up the first.
45 the mark.
A shotgun snap for Simeon. And down he goes. A Buccaneer sack. JPP cruising in for the sack that time. And they weren't in zone coverage. They were in man, and each man did his job.
And that looked like vintage, old-school coverage, didn't it? Man coverage reminded me of an old Raiders team. They had a Hall of Famer at one corner and a Defensive Player of the Year at the other, and they just locked people down. That is how you flip field position. That's an absolute bomb of a punt. Downs it inside the 5-yard line. Absolutely ideal.
From that position, you're hoping to get it down inside the 15, inside the 5. Superb.
Check the backer, check the backer.
Come on. Stand back. Let's go.
They'll start out on the ground with Coleman. And a short gain here as he gets it up only to about the 6. 2 yards on the pickup there. It'll be 2nd and 8.
Well, they still have time to get him established, but in my estimation, they've got to pick up the urgency here. They've got to get quickly in and out of the huddle and run off a bunch more plays.
Wait, trouble thing.
Let's go. Hey, Mike 40, Mike 40. Let's go, Trey. Spell.
Throwing on 2nd and 8. Winston. And Jameis intercepted a 3rd time. Darius Slay with a pick. And he will score. Touchdown, Lions. This D wanting to put it away before we even get to the 4th quarter, widening that margin a bit further.
And while they won't just empty the bench just yet, if you're a backup, start loosening up. I think you'll get a chance to play before this one is over now with that type of a cushion.
Prater on to add the extra point. And it is now 21-0. So they'll get another shot on offense following that pick 6. And now the kick is away. And this will be a touchback. As sails over the end line. The Tampa offense ready to get their drive started.
Let him know. Check 31, check 31.
Blue draw quarters. There goes.
And here comes throw number 1 for the backup QB. That's caught by the big tight end, O.J. Howard. Big yardage after the catch. That one winds up going for 36. Obviously, they're not where they want to be right now on the scoreboard. Big plays like that, though, that'll trend them in the right direction.
Yeah, a few more like that, they'll be right back in the game. And if they can continue to do that, maybe they'll inspire their defense as well and get a few stops.
They'll look to throw. Throwing the out route incomplete. That's Howard. And he gets it down a yard or 2 shy of the 30 before he's out of bounds. He's been quiet today in the passing game, just his 2nd catch.
Yeah, and people have to come up with schemes to limit him. And what a lot of teams do They'll double him, use a linebacker underneath, a safety over the top. Sometimes they'll just take a corner, maybe their third corner if he's a bigger guy, and put him on a man-to-man to try and limit his touches. Just keep mixing it up, give him different angles, different looks, like a good boxer does.
This offense in desperate need of a conversion as they come up on third down.
Protein spill. Please grip.
And he will lose yardage back to the 34-yard line. He loses 4, and it brings up 4th.
I like the idea to mix it up from time to time because, let's face it, you can't be predictable. But the execution was a little lacking on this one, right? They might want to go back to the drawing board with that call.
And I don't think this has the carry. It does not. It's no good. And this score will stay right where it is.
NFL kickers nowadays, they make things look so easy because normally from this range, about 2 out of 3. And this is not an easy kick.
Yeah, 20 years ago, you get where he was in that 50 range, maybe a little over. And it's a big kick, but now we just, if they leave it short, you're like, whoa, what happened? And that's what we have here.
Yeah, you're right. 20 years ago, we were saying run some more plays and get closer. Now we think they're definitely within range, and you're exactly right. When it comes up short, there has to be something that went wrong because they have plenty of leg.
A nice-looking play to start the drive down the middle and complete. And they're well past midfield, just a yard or 2 shy of the 40. Successful start to the drive, 17 yards. It moves the sticks. On first down, nothing opening up really on the running play. Give him maybe a yard, and it'll be second down. Just a yard on the pickup there, and it'll bring up a 2nd and 9. Here's 2nd and 9, just a yard on that last run.
You ain't doing nothing today. You ain't doing nothing today.
And as they come to the line, they will not be able to get off another play as time has run out on this third quarter. You are watching the NFL on EA Sports.
Let's go now. 60 Pittsburgh.
I got you.
Five.
On 2nd and 9, Simeon. Right side, it's the tight end, Hockenson. And the stop here will come at the 38-yard line.
And, partner, I think that's a great example that not all tight ends are created equal because everything was right. Got the completion, but he's not one of the more dynamic guys in the league. So even though he caught it, couldn't turn it into much more.
If they want a first, they need to get the football to the 32 here on third down. From the gun, here's Simeon. And the throw there going to be incomplete. Good coverage that time by Sean Bunning.
Certainly looked like they were getting ready to convert there on third down, but what an effort to get his hand on that one, knock it away, and brings up a 4th down decision.
And here now the punter, Martin, booming this one away. And a little too much mustard on that one. It hits a couple yards into the end zone. A missed opportunity there maybe to pin him back. The Bucs offense set to begin their next possession. And let's face it, this drive is not going to have any bearing on this game, but it's kind of important for one reason, isn't it?
It certainly is. You got to get points. And, okay, all right, I'm being facetious here. But you get points, you feel a little bit better about yourself as you move on to the next one.
They'll come up 2nd and 6 now from the 24. 2nd and 6. Out to the left there and complete to Howard. That catch good for only a yard, and it'll be third down. You got the big lead defensively. Willing to give them that underneath stuff, right?
And this is why you work on your tackling. Tackle them after the catch, inbounds, keep the clock running. Just go ahead and bleed the game out that way.
Set up. 50. Plant.
51 for Mike.
80 weapon.
Hey, Mike 51. Mike 51.
Hey, watch. Hey, Charlie.
51, Mike. Mike 51.
Hit it.
Out of the gun now on third down. He's got his target. It's Cobb. And he takes us beyond the 35 before going out of bounds. It's a gain of 11, and the Bucs have a first down. So from the 36 now, 1st and 10. They'll run here with Coleman out of the gun. And they're going to get him behind the line yet again as his nightmare afternoon continues. Give him 5 on the carry there, and it'll be 2nd down.
I call that play a success. A nice inside run sets up a very manageable 2nd down. A very solid gain on that play.
Lucky.
2nd and 5. And the Lions pressure too strong. Down he goes. He was trying to keep his eyes downfield. Nobody came open.
He's trying to do everything that he had been taught, right? Every bit of the technique. But if no one's open, there is no technique except make sure you hold on to the ball as you go to the ground when you're getting sacked.
Let's go. 60 yards.
Here we go, D. All day. Defense all day. All day.
Now back to throw. Looking for Evans, and it's intercepted. Darius Slay with a pick. And he will bring it back. An interception return for a Lions touchdown. That's the story of the game. They've been suffocating all game long on defense. They were suffocating there again in a big way.
And they've done it not just by out-athleting them, which is often the case, but by being able to adjust to anything they tried to throw at them and beating them to the punch each and every time. This was a defense that was well prepared.
Prater for the extra point, and it is 28-0. So they throw the pick six. They'll get another shot at it now as this one's in the air. This is taken at the 3. And it's a pretty good return here as he'll get it up to the 29-yard line.
The Bucs take over 1st and 10 at their own 29-yard line.
The offense back out there at the line, ready for their next drive.
I'm Drake 3. 218, chopper. Lee Griffin.
They'll start out on the ground with Jones. And he's into the clear. 30, 10, touchdown, Tampa Bay. Ronald Jones, his first touchdown on the year. And the Bucs are able to cut in now to that deficit. So they will get on the scoreboard here. Give them credit for that. Too little, too late, but no 0. Oh, you're going slow clap on me.
Not very nice, is it?
No, but they haven't been very nice on offense. It's been a struggle. Extra point by Gay is up and good. And it's now a 28-7 ball game. And they will not get a chance to return this one as it's through the end zone for a touchback. The offense now at the line, ready for their next drive. And right now, these guys, they're shuffling a little bit, maybe doubting, because 3 straight drives have ended with them punting the football away.
Yeah, so you start pointing fingers at each other a little bit, asking a lot of questions. What are you seeing? What are you getting? Maybe trying to narrow down your playbook a little bit and maybe get simpler rather than more complex in order to try and fashion together a drive.
So how about that for a chain mover? They're all the way down inside the 40 now for 1st and 10. Just 2 minutes remaining here in the 4th quarter of what has been a one-sided affair. So the Lions in possession of the football as we welcome you back. And the scoreboard on their side, they're just looking to melt away these final couple of minutes and put this one in the left-hand column. Again with a juke. And he's brought down, but not before he reaches the 8-yard line. That one 28 yards on the ground.
Do my eyes deceive me, or is he getting stronger as this game moves along?
Burst seems just as good here in the 4th as it was way back in the 1st, doesn't it?
I do believe someone put a lot of time in the offseason and continues to condition during the season in order to continue to carry the ball at this rate.
They'll try and run. This is Johnson. And maybe a measure of revenge there. He's had his way in this one, but this time they get him behind the line. That's going to go as a loss of a yard, and it'll be second down.
Brings up second and goal at the 9-yard line.
Now from the 9, here's second and goal.
It's just me and you. Switch.
Pilot, 64, weak.
That one looks like he'll throw here. And a big loss here as he's taken down. Now the Bucs going to use the first of their timeouts as they get the stoppage with a little over 50 seconds left to go in the game. They need to reverse the trend. The last two plays have gone backwards. Now it's third and goal. They'll try to run it in. Johnson. And he'll take this inside the 20 and down to the 18. The Bucs going to go ahead and use the second of their timeouts as the clock's going to stop with 47 seconds to go in the fourth. And the 13-year man puts it through, and that will extend the lead out to 24. So it's 3 more points, and that widens this thing out even further here in the fourth.
And you know in this league, you can never have enough points, but this widens it out, as you said, and now it's all about ball control, isn't it?
This fielded at the 2. And he'll get it up to about the 26-yard line just across the 25.
The Bucs take over first and 10 at their own 26-yard line.
The Tampa offense ready to get their drive started. They've lost this one. Their offense has struggled. Do they try to put together something here at the end just to take into next week?
Yeah, sometimes teams want to do that and coaches want to. I remember one time I was on a team and we were losing late in the game like this, and you knew it was lost. It was over, right? And the coach called a running play and pretty much said to everyone, I want to see something executed well before we get out of here. And that was the message to the team.
Just something to build on.
Just something to build on, get it done, and maybe we can look at that and say, we'll get better as we go forward.
Let's go now. 10 low.
First and 10 at the 45-yard line.
Give me that ball, defense. Give me that ball. Give me that ball, defense. Hey, seam 6. Seam 6. Now. Calm down. Hey, let's go. Calm crouch. In your face.
51's the mic, boy. 51. Tighten up.
Go.
Back to throw now on first down. Now a desperation throw deep downfield. And he bats it away, and it falls down incomplete. The 2017 All-Pro Darius Slay there in coverage, knocking it away. And now we'll get a timeout here. They're able to stop it with 1 second to go in this game. An incomplete pass on first down. That leads to a 2nd and 10. One final shot. They'll look to throw. And under the Lions' pressure, he's brought down. So this one's over. It's a win for the Detroit Lions. And it was their defense that really paved the way to this victory as they allowed the 1 touchdown, and that was all she wrote.
Almost want to do the defense chant right now, right? Defense with a couple of claps in there, but no one wants to hear that from me. Let's just talk about how they got it done, though. When you take care of every aspect of the game, shut down the run, control the airways, right? Make sure the quarterback is harassed. This is the type of performance you get. They can't fashion together any offense, no consistency, and they just took control.